condition MS70 ANACS Silver Eagle dollar coin at $114.95. 3 flex pay of $38.32. Again, brand new. So I'll give you. See if I want to turn it to see if we can get there. Look at this. So Mike, I know we're only going to talk about this for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, because then we're going to follow up with the proof. We're giving you the chance to get the trifecta here, folks, okay? This is the first time I've been able to do this, I think, since the beginning of the year. So when we talk about this is the regular Mint State American Silver Eagle from 2020. This is just the regular 2020 coin. Good luck finding it, okay? It has been out of stock for all of the authorized purchasers, so this is that transition coin. This is the Mint State coin. This is the coin that they're probably 20 million coins behind. They're probably 20 million coins behind, and they're about to start 2021s. And understand, they're about to start 2021s, and this coin, they just can't, they won't be able to catch up. So once they start 2021, this is it, done, gone, and over. And already they're in a shortage situation for these. So this is the last one was the burnish, the special collector edition uncirculated. This is the regular uncirculated coin. This is the regular uncirculated coin that we've got right here. I think this is the first time I've had this in months that I was able to get enough coins to be able to bring in and give you the Mint State coin, just the regular Mint State 70. First of all, they don't grade very well. I get a box of 500 of these, and if I get, 100 to 150 in Mint State 70, that's pretty spectacular. Silver has doubled. The premiums have tripled on these particular coins. In other words, what you have to pay before they're certified and graded just to be able to get these. The United States government does not sell these to the general public in any way, shape, or form. So I have got this back in stock. When I say new, it's the newest version I was able to just bring out is the regular Mint State ANACS Mint State 70 coin.
Yeah, and we're doing this. It says save for my show, by the way, and brand new. And to order, you have the item number on the screen. It's 736403. You can call the number on your screen to get in on this. We do have 3 interest-free payments of $38.32. 2020, that is the year. I don't know what's going to happen, but I imagine in 5-10 years, Mike, if somebody says, hey, I want to start collecting those 2020s.
Yeah, well, everybody's saying that right now.
Right, but imagine in 10, 15 years, 5 years, it's not
even going to be that. It's going to be 2021 when they put out the new coin. It's going to get pressed from coast to coast. Yeah. Everybody is going to cover the brand new design. And we've seen a couple possible designs. I think they're going with an Eagle in flight that is truly, utterly spectacular. Oh, I can't wait to see it. An entirely different look, an entirely different view. And so when people see that, then they're going to want to collect backwards.
Yes, exactly.
Then
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Collect backwards from there. It's pretty simple stuff. It's pretty simple stuff with that. So, once 2021 hits, but I've got these now. This is a coin that normally, I would have thousands. Okay, it's a Silver Eagle. I should be able to get plenty. I got 500 coins, and I'm lucky to have those. First time I've had these back in just the regular ANACS Mint State 70 Silver Eagle. I haven't had these in, oh goodness, I don't know, got to be 2 months probably since I've had any of these coins available. It's just not something that's, once again, the government doesn't sell them to the public. There's a line of people who just want them for the silver. Forget about certified. Forget about Mint State 70. They just want the silver part of this coin, okay? But this one is special collector version because it is certified perfect. Because in coin collecting, as in any collecting, the single most important determining factor of value is what? It's condition. Condition, yeah. This one's perfect. The higher the grade, the more it's worth. The higher the grade, the more it's worth, and that's exactly what we've got with this coin right here, certified absolutely perfect Mint State 70. In coin collecting, Mint State 70, by the way, is the highest. We don't have Mint State 100 or Mint State 71 or 70.1. It's Mint State 70. That's it. Perfection. And that matters. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, almost the people watching now are on the inside track. These are the people that are coin collectors. Your audience who's watching right now, you know something about coins. This isn't, a lot of you, this isn't your first rodeo. You've already been like up on the 2020, but as it starts coming out to more the general public, that's when it's even gonna get crazier, right? Right, Mike?
Oh, there's no doubt about that. There's absolutely no doubt. And by the way, if you weren't with us in the first hour, we've got the first year of issue of the Silver Eagle with all the brand new information. Maybe we can take a little later look at that down the road in the show. I know we don't have that much time left.